6 sticks, which is 24 WangerFlanges on all the ends. I've all fixed them already. I'm going to build the simplest possible, fully triangulated, three-dimensional structure that we can, which is a tetrahedron. Let's go. Right, that's our basic tetrahedron. Now what you'll notice is that the top one, this is a closed ring, just of 3, but these ones we haven't closed yet, so what we have to do is we have to fold them in like that and put a bolt through and close them. If they're not closed, it means we can add a bigger ring on here, so you could add 4, 5 or 6, whatever you need onto here, onto this piece here. But because we're just making a tetrahedron, I'm going to close this to finish it. Okay, that's all the nuts and bolts in, and you can see it holds its shape, but it rattles. So what I'll do now is I'll tighten all of those up to make it fully stable. I'm going to use this because I don't have access to the button heads. It's so tight in there that I can just hold it with the Allen key and the drill and hold it tight. Yeah, that's tight. Now they're all tight, and it doesn't rattle. It's properly strong, that is. Just because we made a small one doesn't mean that we can't upscale it. You could quite easily upscale the tetrahedron that I made to this size, no problem, using 2x2 timber. They're strong enough to hold at this, no problem. So you could use this to stand in it. You could use it as to net over some bushes or something like that. And there's a number of other things you can make with less than 25. You could, if you this I think has got 12 sticks. You would just need to connect the WangerFlanges to this top edge. So you would need 24 for 12 sticks, and that way you could make a TP. With the TP, again, it doesn't matter what angle. You can have a tall TP, that would work just as fine, and structurally this would be fine. You would probably need a tension rope around the bottom, and each one of these long triangles would be a pattern for your cover. So you could cover this by using 12 of those pointy shaped what would you call it, triangles. Again, no problem to if you wanted that lower. You don't have to change anything, you just use shorter sticks and scale that up a bit, so you could have a lower one just as easy. So that gives you several options for a TP type structure. Next up, we'll have a look at this one. This one we would say is it's got a square on its base. Again, you can scale this any way you want, but I would have thought that if you go about that height, you fix some buttons across here, you could grow garden peas up. It's a great garden structure. The advantage of using WangerFlanges are that at the end of the season, you'll probably be taking all of these out the garden. You take the peas down, you can take the WangerFlanges off and use them for something else. Here's another one for the garden. This one would be, it's a bit harder to see, this one. A cloche. Again, you could cover this with plastic or netting in the garden. This one uses 24 WangerFlanges. There's 5 there, 5 there, and a couple here. It has, to save, if you don't have enough, you can still build things, but just fix the bottom here into the ground, and that saves you a few WangerFlanges if you're short. So you can build all of those with 25 or less. So that gives you at least some ideas of how you can build it reasonably substantial, fairly small things or fairly large things. Let me just do one more. Let's do one more. Yeah, I'm going to do it live. This is an idea for a light fitting. So you could have LED lights. You make this any size you want. You'd have all the WangerFlanges in the middle, and you could make this star-shaped light fitting with 12 rods coming off it with LED lights on. That would work. Again, the scaling is not a problem. You can scale this to be just nice and thin if you want, or you could scale it to be, let me just show you how that looks. So it's quite thin, but it's got like that. So anyway, there's a few options for you. 25 or less. Next video we'll obviously be moving up into the 50 or less, 100 or less, and so on. But that gives you at least an idea of what type of thing you can build with 25 WangerFlanges or less. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.